Gently lie back, drawing your arms away from your body, with your palms facing upwards, letting go of your day, and taking this time to arrive on your mat this evening. Breathing deeply from the bottom of your belly up into your chest, feeling your rib cage expand, and exhale, relax your chest, relax your belly, completely emptying your lungs. Inhaling from the bottom of your belly, filling your chest, feeling your rib cage expand, and exhale. Relax your chest, relax your belly. Continue to breathe into your belly and up into your chest, adding length and control to your breathing. As you arrive on your mat for your practice, as we move into silence for 2 minutes. Bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently move your head from side to side, waking up your neck, resting your head back at center. Join your heels on your mat and extend your arms over your head, getting a full body stretch, pointing your toes, extending through your fingertips, and exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. Keeping your eyes closed, extend your left leg and make your way to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Drawing your hands together at heart center. Take this moment to set an intention for your practice this evening. It might be to be more flexible, stronger, or more present. With that intention in mind, bow your head towards your hands, open your eyes, namaste. To begin today's class, we're going to warm up the wrists. So extend your arms straight out in front of you and make circular motions with your wrists, releasing any tension, gradually making the circles wider, and the other direction, connecting to your breath. And exhale, you can release your hands back down. We're now going to warm up the shoulders. So place the palms of your hands on the tops of your shoulders and make forward circular motions with your elbows, gradually making the circles wider, connecting to your breath, and the other direction, gradually making the circles wider. And exhale, you can release your hands back down. We're now going to move into gate pose. So come to a kneeling position on your mat. And from here, shift your right leg out to the side with your foot facing forward and your heel on your mat. Place your left hand on your mat, a foot away from your left knee. And inhale, raise your right arm over your head as you spiral your chest towards the sky, engaging the outer edge of your right foot and extending through your fingertips. And inhale, come up, place that right hand on your right leg, and inhale, raise your left arm over your head. Engage your left knee on your mat and extend through your left fingertips. Connect to your breath. And exhale, release that left hand back down to your mat. And on an inhale, raise your right arm as you spiral your chest towards the sky. Connecting to your breath, reaching out through your fingertips. And on an inhale, gently come up and join your knees together. This time, shifting your left leg out to the side with your toes facing forward. And place your right hand on your mat, a foot away from your right knee. And on an inhale, raise your left arm, reaching out through your fingertips, opening your chest towards the sky, connecting to your breath. On an inhale, coming up and placing that left hand on your left knee, and inhaling, raising your right arm, leaning a little bit over to the left, connecting to your breath, engaging your right knee on your mat. As you exhale, release that right hand back down to your mat and raise your left arm over your head, engaging the outer edge of your left foot. Connect your breath. And on an inhale, come up, join your knees together, and you can sweep your legs behind you, coming into tabletop position. The palms of your hands at the front of your mat. Your knees are tracking under your hips. We're going to move into a cat-cow. So on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, opening your chest. Exhale, spine up, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae as you draw your chin towards your chest, dropping your tailbone, imagining you're pushing the floor away from you. On an inhale, dropping your belly, lifting your tailbone, opening your chest. And exhale, spine up, dropping your tailbone as you draw your chin towards your chest, imagining you're pushing the floor away from you as you draw your belly button towards your spine. And exhale, release, coming back to tabletop. We're now going to move into a spinal twist. So keeping your left hand on your mat. On an inhale, raise your right arm as you twist out to the right. Keeping the tops of your feet and your knees engaged on your mat. Reaching out through your fingertips. As you exhale, slide that right arm behind your left wrist, dropping the back of your shoulder and the side of your head towards your mat. Inhaling, pushing into that left hand and raising your right arm, reaching out through your fingertips, feeling a nice twist to your spine. As you exhale, slide that right arm behind your left wrist, dropping the back of your shoulder and the side of your head towards your mat. Connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently coming back up to tabletop. We'll repeat that on the other side. So keeping your right hand on your mat. On an inhale, raise your left arm, twisting out to the left. Reaching out through your left fingertips. Keeping the tops of your feet and knees engaged on your mat. As you exhale, slide that left arm behind your right wrist, dropping the back of your shoulder and the side of your head towards your mat. Feeling a nice stretch on the back of your shoulder. As you inhale, push into that right hand and raise your left arm, twisting out to the left, connecting to your breath. As you exhale, slide that left arm behind your right wrist. As you surrender the back of your shoulder towards your mat. Connect to your breath. And on an inhale, gently make your way back up to tabletop. From here, we'll move into extended child's pose. So joining your big toes on your mat, shift your knees out to the edge of your mat and sit your bum towards your heels. Reaching your arms out ahead of you and melting your chest and forehead towards your mat. Engaging your fingertips on your mat and drawing your bum towards your heels. Feeling a nice opening on the backs of your shoulders, an extension to your spine, and an opening to your hips. Connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently make your way back up to tabletop. And from tabletop, tucking your toes and keeping your knees bent, gently lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet to stretch your calves and your hamstrings as you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling, imagining you're pushing the floor away from you, connecting to your breath. Gently walk your feet towards your hands at the front of your mat and keeping your knees bent, fold forward over your knees, grabbing opposite elbows with your hands as you surrender the crown of your head towards your mat, softening your belly, feeling a nice release on your lower back. And on an inhale, gently make your way to a standing position on your mat, connecting to your breath as we prepare for the sun salutations. In mountain pose, your feet are together, quadriceps engaged, your spine is straight. On an inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down, step your left and right foot back. Lower your knees and keeping your hips in the air, lower your chest and chin towards your mat. On an inhale, slide your chest forward, keeping your elbows bent and close to your body, coming into low cobra. And exhale, moving through tabletop, tucking your toes and lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Engaging your fingertips on your mat, imagining you're pushing the floor away from you as you roll your shoulders back and down your spine, connecting to your breath. On an inhale, step your right and left foot forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, you can release your hands back down. Take a deep breath. Preparing for a second round of sun salutation A. It'll be slightly more advanced. Standing tall, connecting to your breath. On an inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Lifting your sit bones towards the ceiling. Try and distribute the weight evenly between your feet and your hands. As you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling, connecting to your breath. On an inhale, step your right and left foot forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. And exhale, you can release your hands back down. Take a deep breath. We're now going to move into Sun Salutation B. So preparing in mountain pose, quadriceps engaged, standing tall. On an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms, coming into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, hands down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here. On an inhale, step your right foot between your palms at the front of your mat. Your right ankle and knee is in line. Your left leg is straight and engaged. As you inhale, raise your arms, coming into warrior one. Connecting to your breath here. Reaching out through your fingertips. As you exhale, release your palms back down to your mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here. On an inhale, step your left foot between your palms at the front of your mat. Your left ankle and knee is in line. Your right leg is straight and engaged. As you inhale, raise your arms, coming into warrior one. Imagining your inner thighs are hugging together. As you reach out through your fingertips. And exhale, release your palms back down to your mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Lift your sit bones towards the ceiling as you draw your heels towards your mat, distributing the weight evenly between your hands and your feet. On an inhale, step your right and left foot forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms, coming into chair pose. And exhale, release, coming to a standing position on your mat. Take a couple of deep breaths, embracing the heat created in your body. If you'd like now to move your mats or your cameras as we move into the standing asanas. I'll be cueing the next few positions from here. So when you're ready, come to a wide-legged stance on your mat with your feet facing forward. Again, we're going to be doing some transitioning today. So starting off in Warrior Two, turning your right heel out 90 degrees and bending into that right knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Pressing down into both your feet, your foundation, raising your arms to shoulder level and turning your head to focus your gaze over your right middle finger. Reaching out through both sets of fingertips, pressing down to both your feet, connecting to your breath, and on an inhale, place your right forearm on your right knee, and on an inhale, raise your left arm over your head, coming into side angle pose as you open your chest towards the ceiling, pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your left fingertips, connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, place that left hand on your back leg. And on an inhale, raise your right arm, coming into Peaceful Warrior. Keeping that front knee bent and reaching out through your right fingertips. Connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up, turn that right heel in, take a deep breath. Sorry, I just need to let someone in. We'll repeat that sequence on the other side. So this time, turning your left foot out 90 degrees and bending into your left knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Raising your arms to shoulder level and keeping your torso facing me. Turn your head to focus your gaze over your left middle finger. Reaching out through your fingertips. Pressing down into both your feet. Connecting to your breath. As you exhale, place that left forearm on your left knee. And on an inhale, raise your right arm over your head as you spiral your chest towards the sky. Reaching out through your right fingertips. Connecting to your breath. On an inhale, place that right hand on your back leg and keeping your left knee bent, raise your left arm, coming into Peaceful Warrior. Again, pressing down into both your feet, reaching out through your fingertips and energy through the crown of your head. And on an inhale, gently come up, turning that left heel in. Take a deep breath. We're now going to move into triangle pose. So turning your right foot out 90 degrees and your left heel in 5 degrees, pressing down into both your feet and raising your arms to shoulder level. On an inhale, we're going to lean out to the right hand side, reaching out through our fingertips, and then exhale, folding over that right knee, placing your hand on your knee, shin, or ankle as you spiral your chest towards the sky. Pressing down into both your feet, reaching out through your left fingertips, connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up, turning that right heel in. We'll repeat triangle pose on the other side. So turning your left heel out 90 degrees, your right heel slightly in 5 degrees. Raise your arms to shoulder level. On an inhale, leaning out your left hand side, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, fold over your left knee, placing your hand on your knee, shin, or ankle as you open your chest towards the sky. Pressing down into both your feet, energy through the crown of your head, and reach out through your right fingertips, connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently come up, turn that left heel in, and join your feet together. We're now going to move into tree pose, the balancing posture. So we're going to start on the right side. So shifting the weight into your right foot, really ground down into that right foot as it's the foundation of the posture. And you can place that left heel above your right ankle, or you can lift that left heel, continuing to ground into that right foot and place it against the inner side of your right thigh. You can place your hands together at heart center or raise your arms over your head. Focusing here on pressing that heel against your inner thigh and pressing the inner thigh back into your heel as you lift out of your hips and energy through the crown of your head. Connect to your breath. And exhale, release, closing that left hip, extending your left leg. We'll repeat that on the other side. So shifting the weight into your left foot. Again, you can place your right heel above your left ankle, or pick a spot on the wall for balance and grounding into that left foot, raise that right heel and place it against the inner side of your left thigh. You can place your hands together at heart center or raise your arms over your head. Pressing that heel against your inner thigh as you lift out of your hips. Energy through the crown of your head. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, closing that right hip, extending your right leg. You can now move your mats or your cameras as I'll cue the remaining positions from here. And when you're ready, come to mountain pose at the front of your mat. Preparing in mountain pose, standing tall. Connect your breath. On an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms, coming into chair pose, pressing your knees together as you drop your tailbone and reach out through your fingertips. On an exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here. And on an inhale, step your right foot between your palms at the front of your mat. So your right ankle and knee is in line. We're going to come into warrior three. So join your hands together at heart center and picking a spot on the floor in front of your mat. Shift the weight into your right foot and lift your left leg out behind you, pointing your left toes. Energy through the crown of your head, connecting to your breath, lifting out of that right hip. And on an inhale, bend that left leg and draw your left knee forward, hinging forward as you bring your left knee towards your chest. Connect your breath here, grounding down to your right foot. And exhale, release that left foot back down. And from here, gently fold forward over your knees. Framing your feet with your hands. Step your left and right foot back. And lift your hips, coming back into downward facing dog. Connecting to your breath here. And on an inhale, step your left foot between your palms at the front of your mat. So your left ankle and knee is in line. Again, we're going to come into Warrior 3. So pick a spot on the floor in front of your mat for balance and shift the weight into your left foot, raising your right leg out behind you, coming into Warrior 3, pointing your right toes, energy through the crown of your head. Connect your breath, feeling activation in your left hamstring. And bend into that right knee and hinge forward, bringing your right knee towards your chest. Grounding down to that left foot. And on an exhale, release your right foot down. And easiest way possible, make your way to tabletop. And from tabletop, make your way to extended child's pose. Drawing your bum towards your heels. And extending your arms out ahead. Connecting to your breath here. Feeling a nice opening on your hips. Lengthening your inhales and exhales, adding control to your breathing. And when you're ready, make your way to a seated position on your mat with your legs extended out in front of you. From here, bend both your knees and draw your heels towards your bum. And gently drop both knees out to the side. Aiming on bringing your heels as close to your sit bones as possible. The palms of your hands are holding the outer edge of your feet. And on an inhale, open your chest. And exhale, fold forward, bringing your chest towards the floor in front of you. Connecting to your breath here. Allowing your knees to drop out to the side. Softening your upper thighs. And on an inhale, gently come up. Close your knees in together. And from here, make your way to tabletop. We're going to move into a lunge. So firstly, stepping your right foot between your palms at the front of your mat. So your right ankle and knee is in line. Your left leg is extended straight out behind you with the top of your left foot and your left knee resting on your mat. And on an inhale, raise your arms coming into a lunge as you sink down into your hips, engaging your left knee and the top of your left foot on your mat. Feeling a nice opening on your left hip flexor. From here, there's the option to bend that left knee and draw your heel towards your sit bone. Just draw it as close as possible to your sit bone, and there's the option to grab your left foot with your hand and press it further towards your sit bone. In whichever version you're in, just connect to your breath. And on an exhale, release that left foot back down to your mat. And we're going to frame our right foot with our hands and walk our feet back towards our hips as we straighten that right leg and flex our toes towards our shin. Focus on lifting your hips as you fold your forehead over your knee. Connecting to your breath here. And on an inhale, bending into that right knee, coming back into a lunge, and drawing your hands together at heart center. We're going to move into a twist by hooking your left elbow across your right knee and twisting out to the right hand side. Draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core, engaging your left foot and your left knee on your mat, connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, framing your right foot with your hands and stepping your right knee back to meet your left knee, coming back into tabletop. Take a deep breath here. And on an inhale, step your left foot between your palms at the front of your mat, extending your right leg out behind you with the top of your right foot and your right knee resting on your mat. And inhale, raise your arms, coming into a lunge. Connecting to your breath here. Again, there's the option to bend that right knee and draw your right heel towards your sit bone. And grabbing your right foot with your hand. Connecting to your breath here. And on an exhale, releasing that right foot back down to your mat and framing your left foot with your hands. We're going to walk our hands back towards our hips and at the same time lift your hips to straighten your left leg as you flex your toes towards your shins. Connecting to your breath here. As you fold over that left knee. And on an inhale, bending into that left knee, coming back into a lunge and drawing your hands together at heart center to hook your right elbow across your left knee, coming into a twist. Drawing your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. Engaging your right knee and the top of your right foot on your mat. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release. Framing your left foot with your hands. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot, coming back into tabletop. From here, we're going to move into pigeon pose. So this time, stepping your right knee forward, just behind your right wrist, allowing your right foot to draw towards your left hip as you extend your left leg straight out behind you, with the top of your left foot and your left knee resting on your mat. sit your bum back towards your mat, and gently you can melt forward, placing your forearms on your mat. Connect to your breath here, softening your jaw. Feeling a nice stretch on the outer edge of your right hip. And on an inhale, gently press through your hands and step your right leg back to meet your left leg, making your way back to tabletop. We'll repeat pigeon pose on the other side. So step your left knee in behind your left wrist, allowing your left foot to draw towards your right hip, and extend your right leg out behind you. You can stay on the palms of your hands or melt your forearms towards your mat, sinking down into your hips, softening your jaw, connecting to your breath. Feeling a nice stretch on the outer edge of your left hip. And on an inhale, gently pushing through your hands to make your way back up to tabletop. Preparing for the final hip opener, lizard pose. So stepping your right foot forward outside your right hand on your mat, allowing your left leg to extend straight out behind you with the top of your left foot and your left knee resting on your mat. From here, you can come down onto your forearms to intensify the stretch, or you can remain on the palms of your hands and use your right hand to push your right knee out to the side, deepening the external rotation of your hip. Just connect your breath here. And on an inhale, step that right foot back, coming back into tabletop. Step your left foot forward, outside your left hand, coming into lizard pose on the left side. Extend your right leg out behind you. And from here, you can remain on the palms of your hands and use that left hand to push your left knee out to the side. Or you can come onto your forearms, feeling a nice opening in your left hip. Connect to your breath, following your inhales and exhales. And exhale, release, making your way back to tabletop. You can now relax. It's the end of the hip openers. And make your way to a lying position on your mat. Drawing your heels towards your sit bones. We're going to move into bridge pose. So place the palms of your hands flat on your mat beside your hips. And on an inhale, press into your heels to lift your hips towards the ceiling, rolling each vertebrae off your mat as you lift your chest. Tuck your shoulder blades under your body and push your hands towards your heels. Drawing your inner thighs together, engaging your core, connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, Gently dropping your hips back down. We're now going to move into shoulder stand and Halasana. So rolling back, you can hug your knees towards your chest and rock from side to side for a more restorative posture. Or if you'd like, you can roll back onto your shoulders and lift your legs towards the ceiling as you point your toes, coming into shoulder stand. Staying here for 5 breaths, pointing your toes, drawing inwards. There's the option to come into Halasana now, to keeping your legs as straight as possible. You can drop your feet in behind your head, coming into Halasana. If your feet are still in the air, keep your hands on your lower back for support, or you can drop your feet in behind your head and interlock your fingers, pushing your hands away from your body. Just connect to your breath here and draw inwards, feeling a nice release on your lower back. And on an exhale, gently bend your knees and roll vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping your hips and finally your feet back onto your mat. Connect to your breath. We're now going to move into happy baby pose as a nice release at the end of class. So draw your knees towards your chest and you can place the palms of your hands underneath your knee creases and push your knees towards your armpits. If you'd like, you can also grab the outer edge of your feet. Again, drawing your knees towards your armpits. Connecting to your breath. You can rock from side to side, feeling a nice opening in your hips. Connect to your breath. And exhale, release. Allowing your feet to drop down to your mat. We're now going to move into the closing Shavasana. So drawing your heels out to the edge of your mat. Gently lie back. Drawing your arms away from your body with your palms facing upwards. Bring your eyes to close. And relax your entire body on your mat. Preparing for the most important posture of class. Allowing your body and mind to absorb the benefits of your practice this evening. Relax on your mat as I guide you through the closing Shavasana. Relax your toes. Relax the soles of your feet, your heels. Relax your calves, the backs of your knees. your hamstrings. Relax your hips, feeling them open out like a book. Relax your abdomen, relax your chest, relax the base of your spine, working your way through each vertebrae towards your neck. Relax your fingers, relax the palms of your hands, your wrists, relax your forearms, elbows, relax your upper arm, moving into your shoulder, relax your throat, relax your neck, relax the back of your head. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue, feeling your tongue draw away from the roof of your mouth. Soften your lips, feeling them slightly part. Relax the space around your eyes. Relax your eyes, feeling them draw towards the back of your head. Soften your eyebrows. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead. Relax every single hair on the top of your head. Relax your entire body on your mat, recognizing all the points at which your back body makes contact with the earth and feeling the support of the earth beneath you. We will now move into silence for 5 minutes, taking this 5 minutes for yourself, recognizing there is great power in the ability to be completely still and silent with yourself as we move into silence. bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently move your head from side to side, waking up your neck. Resting your head back at center. Keeping your legs extended. Join your heels on your mat and reach your arms over your head, getting a full body stretch. Lengthening through your fingertips, pointing your toes, and exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. And as gently as possible, pushing up to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed and joining your hands together at heart center. Looking back at the start of class when you set an intention. Did you achieve your intention? If not, remembering you dedicated the last hour to yourself to improve your physical and mental well-being. With that feeling of self-compassion, rub your hands together, creating heat, creating energy. Draw the palms of your hands over your eyes and blink your eyes open to the darkness of your palms, drawing your palms away from your eyes. Gently bow your head. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.